Fourth grade into math module 4 review. Vocabulary. Choose the correct term from the vocabulary box to complete the sentence. Numbers that are easy to use for mental computation are called commutative property, compatible numbers, distributive property, or place value. Which one? That is the way you do something. So those are compatible numbers. So if it's easy for mental computation, we have compatible numbers. Okay, the blank states that multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each add-in by the number and then adding the products together. So that is what type? Distributive property. And then the blank of multiplication states that when the order of factors changes, when the order of factors is changed, the product is still the same. Which one is that? Commutative property. Commutative property. Concepts and skills. Complete the pattern. Name a strategy or tool you will use to solve a problem. Explain your choice and then find the answer. Okay, so they started off with the basic fact of 6 times 5, which is what? 30. Oh, that didn't want to work. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and put 5 in a box, right? Okay, into our basic fact. So 6 times 5 is 30, and then add a 0. Put 5 in our box again, and then 6 times 5 is 30, and add 2 zeros. Sorry, if there's 3,000, go back in and add your comma. Okay, put 5 in a box. 6 times 5 is 30, and then add 3 zeros. So 30,000. Okay, so that was multiplication. Now we're going to do division. They give us this simple fact of 56 divided by 8 is, what times 8 gets you 56? 7. So I'm going to put 56 in a box. 56 divided by 8, we said was 7, and we need to add a 0. Put 56 in a box. 56 divided by 8 is 7, and add 2 zeros. Okay, so what did you notice each of those did? They went in units of, I heard add a 0, so they went in units of 10, right? Okay, so that would be our explanation down here. Since we just talked about it, we're just going to go on. Okay, use place value and patterns to find the product or the quotient. So what am I going to do on number 6? What's my first step? Put 3 in a box. Okay. So 7 times 3 is 21, and then add 2 zeros, and then come back in and add my comma. So my answer is 2,100. Okay. What am I going to do first on number 7? So we multiply on the last one. This time we're going to divide, right? Okay. So what do I do first? Box the 24. So what times 6 gives me 24? 4. Because multiplication is what to division? It's an inverse operation. And I add 2 zeros. So my answer is 400. All right, on 8 through 10, we're estimating the product. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to do a low and a high and then pick which one would be the best, right? So low, high, I'm going to take 4 times, what's my low? What's 3,189 between? 3,000 and 4,000. Okay, and then put my 3 in a box. What is 4 times 3? 12 and add 3 zeros. What is, and put my 4 in a box. What is 4 times 4? 16. And then add 3 zeros. So which one would have been the better estimate, the 3,000 or the 4,000? The 3,000. It's 3,189 is closer to 3,000 than 4,000. So I'm going to circle 12,000 as my answer. All right, so we need another low high, right? So 8 times for both. What is 591 between? What would be my low? 500. And what would be my high? 600. So I put my 5 in a box. 8 times 5 is what? 40. And then add 2 zeros. So 4,000. And then put my 6 in a box. 8 times 6 is what? 48. And add 2 zeros. So would 591 be closer to 500 or 600? 600. So I'm going to circle 4,800 as my answer for number 9. Number 10, we need a low and a high and 3 times. So what's going to be my low? What is 627 between? 600 and 700. Put my 6 in a box. 3 times 6 is what? 18. And then add 2 zeros. Put my 7 in a box. 7 times 3 is 21 and add 2 zeros. So is 627 closer to 600 or 700? 600. So my 18,000 is going to be my answer for number 10. So actually it would be 1,800 or 1,800. So number 11, I'm going to write up here so I have more room. So we have a low and we have a high. And on both we're dividing by 7. What is a multiple of 7 that gets us close to 34 without going over? So it's a little bit below. What's the multiple? Okay, so we're looking at the 34, and our multiple of 7 that gets us a little under 34 is 28, so that would be 280. What is our multiple of 7 that gets us a little bit over 34? 35. So 350. Okay, so we put our 28 in a box. 28 divided by 7 is 4. And then add a 0. Put my 35 in a box. 35 divided by 7 is 5. And add a 0. So which one is closer to 348? 280 or 350? 350. So I'm going to circle 50 for my answer for 11. Number 12. We need a low and we need a high, and we're dividing by 3 on both. Okay, so we're looking at the 18. What's a multiple of 3 that gets me close to 18 but doesn't go over? 18, right? So 1,800 is still below 1,812, correct? Okay, so what's a multiple of 3 that gets me a little bit over 18? 21. So 2,100. So I'm going to put 18 in a box. What is 3 times, or what is 18 divided by 3? 6, and add 2 zeros. Put 21 in a box. What is 21 divided by 3? 7, and then add 2 zeros. Now, which one is closer, 1,800 or 2,100 to 1,812? No, 1,800. So 600 is going to be my estimate for number 12. All right, number 13. So low, high, And we're dividing by 9 for both. Okay, so what is the multiple of 9 that gets you close to 82 but does not go over? 81, so 8,100. And what is one that gets you a little bit over? 90. So 9,000 in this case. Okay, put 81 in a box. 81 divided by 9 is 9 and add 2 zeros. Put 9 in a box. 9 divided by 9 is 1 and add 3 zeros. So is 8,100 closer to 8,209 or is 9,000 closer to it? 8,100. So 900 is our estimate for 13. Number 14 is select all the equations that have a value of 200. So on A, we boxed the 4 and took 5 times 4 and got 20 and added 0. So that got us 200. So it worked. B, we boxed the 12 divided by 6. That got us 2 and added 0, which is only 20. C, we took 2 times 5, which is 10, then times 100, which is 1,000. Letter D, we took 2 times 10 and got 20, and then took it times 10 again and got 200. So we circled that. Then on E, we boxed the 8, took 8 divided by 4 and got 2 and added 3 zeros. So that got us 2,000. And then on F, we boxed the 18, which was 18 divided by 9, which was 2, and then added 2 zeros, which was 200, and selected it. Use mental math to find the product or quotient. Now, mental math is technically in your head, but I want to see your work. So your work should be pretty simple and straightforward. So we took 8 times 5 first and got 40. Then we took 40 times 20. So we took the 4 and the 2, which got us 8, and added 2 zeros for 800. 16, we boxed 42. Took 42 divided by 6 and got 7, and added a 0. And then for 17, we broke 36 into 30 and 6. And then we took 5 times 30 and got 150. And then we took 5 times 6 and got 30, and then added those together to get 180. Number 18, tickets to the carnival cost $7. The manager sells 225 tickets in 1 hour. Which of the following best estimates the ticket sales for that hour? So we decided that we needed to find the total, so we needed to multiply. So we did a low and a high for 225. 200 would be the low, 300 would be the high. We took each of those times 7 and got 1,400 and 2,100. So we selected letter C. Number 19, Paul sells glow sticks at the fair. Each glow stick costs $3. He sells 184 glow sticks in 1 week. Paul says that his weekly sales are $552. Is this reasonable? Why or why not? So we did a low and a high. And we said the low is 100 times $3 and got $300. And we did a high of 200 times $3, which got us $600. And we said that yes, it was reasonable because $552 is between our low and our high estimate of $300 and $600.